Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the 8th part of What If Goku Was Born with God Ki. I'm sorry for the 2-week wait for the last video. I've been putting a lot more effort into my revision for my upcoming exams, so do expect slower uploads for this channel. However, I will try my very best to keep to at least one video a week. And there's nothing much else I want to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
So we left off with Zamasu coming to help Goku Black in his battle against Vegeta and Goku. Instead of fighting together, they part ways and aim for their two targets. Vegeta continues to face Goku Black, who is eager to take down the arrogant king, while Goku is up against the weaker Zamasu. Goku begins the fight in Super Saiyan, and he starts to see that Zamasu literally has no power. The only thing that Zamasu has is his healing powers and immortality. Trunks, come here, Goku says, while in Super Saiyan 3. Trunks follows after in his Super Saiyan 2 form and clashes with Zamasu, and they seem far more equally matched. They go tit for tat, and Trunks lands a slash with his sword, then he gets hit with some form of a punch, maybe a punch to the head, but he didn't see it. Trunks makes a skillful feint and gets Zamasu to open his body up for a sword stab. Once his sword stabs into his body, he succeeds with 2 haymakers to the chest. Finally, he takes the sword out of his body and swings down with an even more powerful slash to just cut his arm off completely. Goku wants to actually defeat this guy, and he is aware of his healing capabilities, so he decides to rush in and punch him away while in Super Saiyan 3. You mortals are incapable of understanding that your true state is death. You ruined the universe and shall be removed, he shouts with a newly healed arm. To kill us then, Zamasu, you stand no chance against us, Trunks shouts down, eating a sensu bean from Goku. This gives him a power boost accordingly, and he erupts in an enlarged aura covered in electricity. Zamasu this time is actually broken apart. He's getting uppercuts to the chin, punches to the stomach, ki blasts to the face, and all of that. Finally, Trunks drives down like a rocket and kicks him into the ground, causing an accumulation of dust and debris to grow from the point of collision. Trunks smiles over the man that has caused this realm so much havoc. He makes a smirk while facing the healing deity. There is no way that you can win, Zamasu. You lose. Vegeta is currently making easy work of his opponent, Goku Black. Now in Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku Black simply doesn't have the power to combat the ultimate strength of the godly Saiyan King. However, his power continues to climb until Super Saiyan God Vegeta is only equal to Super Saiyan Goku Black. Vegeta is actually finding it quite annoying that these fighters can't just get put down and destroyed. More time passes and the gap continues to close. Due to his constant training in his Zenkai body, his power climbs literally by the second. In due time, Super Saiyan Blue evolution is only slightly stronger than that of Super Saiyan Goku Black. It seems that every time Vegeta beats him down, he comes back stronger. Out of nowhere, he ascends into Super Saiyan Rose, which now puts him far above the likes of even Vegeta. Vegeta throws out a sluggish punch as he is littered with painful and harmful injuries. Goku Black just weaves past the attack and slams his fist into his jaw, knocking him out. He slowly drops from the air and slams onto the ground. Goku and future Trunks are also having a tough time even causing any damage to Zamasu since he just constantly heals. We need to retreat, there's no way that we can win now, future Trunks shouts, grabbing his unconscious father's body to then fly in the opposite direction. Goku and Vegeta are forced to return to Earth to actually try to subdue these fighters. Vegeta goes straight to the hyperbolic time chamber with sensu beans, trying to increase his strength as much as he possibly can. Goku takes out a day to learn the Mafuba, and Vegeta comes out from the time chamber, now surpassing Goku by a serious margin. After healing from his injuries and gaining strength from his Zenkais, his power is unmatched. The two Saiyans return to the future timeline, and Vegeta begins by transforming into his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. Goku also goes right for Zamasu, trying to complete the Mafuba. Vegeta charges right at Goku Black, but then teleports behind him to land the attack directly on the back of his head. Next, he swerves past 2 hits from the Divine Saiyan before performing an acrobatic swinging kick to the jaw. Vegeta continues to dominate in the battle, and this time he is able to actually batter him down a very significant amount. After just a few minutes or so, Goku Black is pretty much unable to fight back and has been beaten down a considerable amount. Goku then performs the Mafuba and somewhat succeeds, however he still swaps out the talisman for some coupon that Master Roshi had, and due to Goku's incompetence, Zamasu and Goku Black are able to fuse into fused Zamasu. Even after his strenuous training, there is absolutely no way that Vegeta can contend with the power of this fused divine being. They both decide to fight him together, both in Super Saiyan Blue evolution. Goku starts with the assault first and throws a fair share of strikes that cause little to no damage. Vegeta then flies right over Goku and comes in with a ramming knee to the face, which is a pretty strong attack. Even with this, Zamasu eats it like it's dinner and throws his first attack, breaking a rib in Vegeta's chest. Goku tries to land another swing, but the Divine Being is easily able to swerve past the incoming blow. Finally, he retaliates with a kick to the side of the body, then a slamming kick to the chest that cracks open his sternum and 2 other ribs. This battering of the two Saiyans continues, and they don't even get Zamasu to lose a single drop of blood. The only things that can be seen on the fusion is a bit of dirt across the clothing and a few minor tears too. The Saiyans are forced to retreat since they are unable to deal any damage and they are handed the power of the Potara. This is actually the first time for them doing this fusion, and Vegeta is very reluctant to do so since he despises fusing with his main rival. However, his ego is much more, let's say, manageable than in the canon timeline. It takes time, but eventually he does agree to do the fusion. This new Vegito is several times stronger than that of the canon Vegito, and he actually has access to a certain form, a very powerful form. A form that even Goku and Vegeta individually cannot use. The form I am talking about is UI Omen. The new Saiyan fusion begins his transformation and rumbles the ground with his power. Bright light glows powerfully during his power-up, while he vehemently roars to ascend to such form. It takes a bit of time and Zamasu isn't even able to attack him during this time because the light is so blinding. Vegito lets out one final scream and his head switches to a more shiny metallic black with white sparkles glittering over his muscular body. "It's the end for you, Zamasu," Vegito exclaims, charging at him with his newfound speed. Zamasu tries to punch him square in his nose, but his body swiftly flows right over the punch, allowing him to also counter with a kick to the neck. As he flies back, he launches a massive block of the heavy material that he used in canon, but this is no challenge for Vegito. As Vegito flies towards the block, he makes a powerful scream and it sounds as if there's a darker, more sinister undertone to it. His speed intensifies greatly and he blasts himself right through the entire block, finishing off by punching the Divine Fusion with full power. Zamasu's body goes flying away from the intense force from the attack, making him very scared of the power of Vegito. Vegito, on the other hand, is thrilled by the easy fight that he has been given, and this is partly due to the amazing feeling that Ultra Instinct seems to give when being used. Once Zamasu sees Vegito approaching him, he is actually quite scared, but the very fact that he even has fear for a mortal makes him furious. Suddenly, instead of flying back, he stays put and powers up with rage, clashing with the Saiyan fighter. The clash is futile and he is easily overpowered, getting thrown back. Vegito zooms in with a punch to the abdomen and then an upwards kick to the jaw. This sends Zamasu quite literally spinning at a decently high velocity. With his body falling away and down now, Vegito rattles off a barrage of ki blasts and his signature final Kamehameha. Fused Zamasu is enclosed in this heart-destructive beam of energy and is left with injuries that would be otherwise life-threatening for a mortal being. Since the time of fusion decreases as more power is being used, Vegito definitely doesn't have much time left. The thing is though, he has no idea of this at all. He just assumes that the fusion is still 30 minutes, which is what both of his fusees, Goku and Vegeta, think. While Vegito looms over the bloody immortal being with an arrogant smirk, he feels an odd feeling inside his body. "Already?" blurts out as his last words before he splits back into Goku and Vegeta. "What's going on? Goku said that it would last 30 minutes, Vegeta thinks in his mind, looking down to the smiling Zamasu that sees that he now has a chance to pounce. A chance to complete his project. "I guess we're gonna have to fight him like this then," Goku says, powering up into his Super Saiyan Blue Evolution form. Vegeta does the same this time, but Goku manages to incorporate his Kaioken form with his transformation. Both fighters charge at the fused being, but as they approach, Zamasu speed blitzes them and punches them both in the stomach at the same time, knocking the wind right out of them. Now with the two Saiyans curled over while grasping their stomachs, he kicks away Vegeta then swings at Goku's chin to send him to the floor with one clean strike. Vegeta manages to stay conscious since he is stronger than Goku, and Goku is exerting a lot of stamina trying to use Kaioken with this form. Both Saiyans raise again and stand to see Zamasu demerge but then form several fused Zamasu, which is in the manga by the way, it's a little different. These Saiyans don't even have the stamina to go Super Saiyan anymore, leaving them with just their base forms. "Wow, our last battle," Goku says, seeing that he can no longer use any of his transformations. Luckily, Goku rummages through his clothing to find the button that calls upon Zeno, king of everything. Goku's naivety has managed to still make him friends with Zeno, and his ability to use God Ki without divine training means that Zeno has known about him ever since the incident with Grandpa Gohan. To be honest, quite a few of the angels and gods knew about him, since the fact that he used God Ki without any divine training as a mortal has basically never been seen before. Zeno arrives and destroys Zamasu, saving the future realm from this scary being. This time, during the little spar with Vegeta and Beerus, which is in the manga by the way, the God of Destruction is very impressed with his abilities. His embedding of instant transmission into his fighting style makes him a lethal fighter, and he almost abuses it at times. During this time too, the humans are with Goku back on Earth, these humans being Krillin, Tien and Yamcha, and they all have a certain request for Goku. "Can you teach us how to use God Ki?" Krillin asks, as his mechanical eye twitches a little. "Sure, I can try my best," Goku replies happily, powering up into his Super Saiyan God form. Some time passes and the humans continue their training with the godly Saiyan. It takes time before they can even comprehend the idea of God Ki, and Goku isn't exactly the best suited person to be explaining God Ki to frankly anyone. The first thing that does happen is that they learn to sense it from Goku, which intrigues them as it feels different but more majestic than ordinary Ki. More powerful also. During the training, Krillin is the first to show a sign of using the power. Krillin is currently sparring with Goku in the waters next to the Kame house. Of course, Goku is just outplaying him the entire time and just beating down any approach that Krillin comes up with. Suddenly, Krillin feels a weird energy flow inside him, and this elates him as he assigns this feeling to the presence of God Ki. He stands still and he stops fighting, attempting to harness the power that he has just felt. A powerful aura encases him and he has finally activated his God Ki. "So this is God Ki. Whoa, I feel so strong now," Krillin says, before clashing back with Goku. Now he is far stronger and Goku can feel it. Since the Saiyan held back so much, it actually knocks him back, but the next punch is easily tanked by Goku. Krillin continues on the offensive, throwing his newly powered strikes with accuracy but also with ferocity. Finally, he uses Solar Flare times 500 to stun Goku before zooming forwards as fast as he can to throw the most powerful punch that he can muster. Somehow he manages to tank the hit, but he does actually feel slight discomfort from the strike. This is the first for this entire training regime of the androids and Tien, who is still half human. "You did it, Krillin, that's good. Now I think the next step for you should be adding Kaioken to the form. You aren't going to have access to any Saiyan forms, so I think that's the highest level you can achieve with God Ki. After that, I think the last step for you is just to get your base form stronger," Goku explains, quite smartly for him. It still surprises the androids that Goku isn't bright in real life scenarios, but when it comes to fighting, he's almost a genius. I mean, this is the same guy that learned the Kamehameha in a few seconds, while it took Master Roshi 50 years to do the same thing. Also in battle, he comes up with very delicate and successful strategies that really show how he's been a fighter ever since before he was even a teenager. So that will conclude the 8th part of What If Goku Was Born with God Ki. There will be 2 more parts to this series before I start my new What If Goku and Vegeta were trapped in the time chamber. Please tell me something you liked about this What If, or something that I should improve on for the next part. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.